for the introduction. The Stroller, 1949. It was copal blue, strong and bright, and the metal back looked like caning on a chair. The peanut-shaped tray had a bar with sliding beads, red, yellow, blue, green, white. It was hard for Mother to push the stroller on the sandy shoulders of the road. Sitting in the stroller in the driveway of the new house on a morning in early spring, trees leafing out, I could hear cows lowing their stalls across the road and see geese hissing and flapping at a sheep that wandered too closely to the goslings. From this stroller, I surveyed my own domain like a dowager queen. When something pleased me, I kicked my feet and spun the bright beads. Spittle dropped from my lower lip, like a spider plunging on its filament. 1991, Mother is moving. We're sorting through 50 years accumulations, a portfolio of Father's drawings from his brief career in architecture school, exercises in light and shadow, vanishing point, rendering of acanthus, cornices, gargoyles. Then I came upon a drawing of my stroller, precisely to scale, just as I remembered it. And here is a self-portrait, Loser, where he wears the t-shirt whose stripes I know were red and white. Although the drawing is pencil, besides Father, who sits in a blue chair that I remember by a bookcase I remember, under a lamp I remember, in the empty stroller. 1951. He was 47, a musician who took other jobs to get by, a dreamer, a reader, would-be farmer, with weak lungs from many pneumonias, and from playing cocktail piano late in the smoky bars. On weekend mornings, we would creep around so he could sleep until 10. When he came home from his day job at the bookstore, I untied his shoes. I waited all day to untie them, wanting no other happiness. I was 4. He never went to town without a suit and tie, a linen handkerchief in his pocket, and his shoes were good leather. The laces themselves leather. I loved the rich pungency of his brown, well-shined, warm shoes. 1959. Mother took in sewing. One by one, Ann Arbor's Bridge Club ladies found her. They pulled into our drive in their Thunderbirds and Cadillacs. As I peered down between muslin curtains from my room, I laid back on the bed, thinking of nothing in particular, until they went away. When I came downstairs, the scent of cigarettes and perfume persisted in the air. One of them I liked. She took her 2 dachshunds everywhere on a bifurcated leash. They hopped comically up the porch steps and into our house. She was Italian from Modena, displaced, living in Ann Arbor as the wife of a Chrysler executive. She never wore anything but beige or gray knits. She was 6 feet tall, not ashamed of it, with long, loose red hair held back by a tortoise combs. She loved cigarette butts in the ashtray with bright red striated crescents on them. She was different from the others, attached to my mother in the way European women are attached to their dressmakers and hairdressers. When she traveled abroad, she brought back classical recordings and perfume. I thought I would not mind being like Marcella, though I recognized that she was lonely. Her husband traveled frequently, and she had a son living in Florence who never came home. His enterprises were obscure. Marcella had her dogs, her solitude, her elegance, at once sedate and slightly wild, and it seemed a new car every time the old one got dirty, a luxury to which she seemed oblivious. 1991, disturbed but full of purpose. We push father's indifferent drawings into the trash. Mother saves the self-portraits and the acanthus cornice. I save only the rendering of the stroller, done on tracing paper, diaphanous. Looking at it is like looking into a mirror and seeing your own eyes and someone else's. Eyes as well, strange to you, but benign, curious. Come to interrogate your wounds, the progress of your beating heart.